Hey, Natural Progressive. So this is part two of who I am. Before in the last video, I explained my upbringing as a Republican and also as an environmentalist, kind of, appreciation of nature. And now I'm going to explain to you what happened when I went into the Democratic Party. So I was not super political. I was after voting for Perot a while back, an independent. I kind of got out of politics for a little while after he lost, and I really thought that he was the guy because he was, the business guy, kind of like Trump is now. But anyway, he didn't win, and then I kind of got out of it for a while and just focused on living my life. Then Bernie Sanders came along, and I felt super strongly about getting him elected. So I went and joined the Democratic Party, became a delegate at the caucus. I stood up and asked to be elected delegate, and I was eventually awarded state delegate for Utah. And I went to the state convention and voted for Bernie Sanders, as well as everyone else at the state convention also voted for Bernie Sanders, and all the progressive candidates were voted in. But when Bernie was cheated at the primary and did not win, that's when I decided the Democratic Party wasn't for the people either. When you looked into the emails and seeing what they did, and then they all blamed it on Russia. And Russia did not write the emails that were contained in WikiLeaks. And we all know that WikiLeaks has a 100% accuracy record. Everything they put in there is verifiable. And no one to this day has said that what he put in there was, I'm talking about Julian Assange, what was put and released in the wiki emails were totally accurate. And when you see that, you see that our democracy was ripped right out from under us, and they're blaming it on Russia when the real problem was not Russia, it was our own Democratic Party. So I have a problem supporting the Democratic Party because they cheated us. They cheated us out of a real leader. And all I wanted was my vote to count. All I wanted was to get a leader that represented our needs. And we did not get that because the real true election fraud did not occur with Russia. What really happened was the Democratic Party and their election fraud that cheated us out of the leader our country needed and we don't get now. So now I'm to a point where I'm thinking the leaders we have now, we can't depend on our election system anymore. That's been proven. So the leaders we have now, we need to pressure to do the right thing. We need to pressure them to make sure they follow what we want. We need to get the corporations out of it. They are not people. We need to get that crap out of there, off the books, so that our representatives will go back to representing us. And if they don't represent us, then we need to get them out. But then again, our vote doesn't count. So, anyway, I'm trying to reconcile all that. I am not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am proudly independent. And at this point, I'll be that until the day I die. And I will vote for the most progressive candidate on my ballot. If they're not progressive at all, I won't vote for them, period. If they're not for the people, if they don't have a good record, I'm not going to vote for them. If they take corporate money, I'm not going to vote for them. So that's where I stand, and we need to keep pushing our representatives to do the right thing. Anyway, that's where I stand. That's who I am. And I appreciate any comments. Um, if you have questions for me, please write them in the comments. I'm getting more and more, and it's getting harder to keep up on them, but I will sure try. If I see something intriguing, I certainly will respond. I'll try to read every single comment I get. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support, and I believe I'm going to be on Uphill Media tomorrow. So please come support me. I know, no, Pat, Cody, Peter Douche is going to be on tomorrow along with Nomiki Konst. And I really want to ask Nomiki about the DNC rule where the chair can decide if a candidate is good enough to run as a Democrat and if she thinks that 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 rule was put in place to keep Bernie down. I really want to know that. So if I have an opportunity, I'm going to ask that. Someone else doesn't ask that first. Anyway, have a very good evening, and I'll talk to you soon.